You over here, I take yours.
Well, hey, Cleveland ain't here, he's gonna miss his. Okay.
That's right. You only get it if you're here.
You can
He
take
said
Matt,
he's gonna take it.
you can take Matt Clark's, okay, he was here.
Pocket.
Yeah.
All right.
Here for Ready.
Aha.
Hey, full house, huh?
He heard about the clip. Okay.
Thank you.
He wants his clip.
He wants this clip.
Oh, yeah. Mark Lee,
How are you, sir?
Doing good now.
we've been waiting for you all this time.
It's fashionably late, right, Clem?
You know, watching the news and I'm going, oh,
Jeez. I walked in right before you.
Very good, let's get down. Okay. Welcome to the Board of Adjustment meeting. Okay, the time is now 6:01, and I'd like to call the meeting to order. If we would rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to have the swearing-in process. Anybody wishing to speak at tonight's meeting, please rise, take the oath from the clerk.
Do you swear the testimony you are about to give is the truth, so help you before God?
Like the weather kind of, you know,
Thank
on
you.
TV. Right there at the end.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, we'll have an open forum. Anybody wishing to discuss any items tonight's meeting that are not on the agenda? There being none, floor is closed. Okay, I'd like to have approval of the minutes dated October 26th, 2022.
So move.
second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Carried all, thank you. At this time, we'd like to have a reading of variance 22-11.
Good evening. Tatiana Childress, City of Oldsmar Planning and Redevelopment. Board members, I would like for you to meet our new principal planner, Ronnie Blackshear. Ronnie is bringing to City of Oldsmar Planning and Redevelopment Department years of planning experience.
Thank you.
Good evening, board members. For the record, again, Ronnie Blackshear with the City of Oldsmar, and I'll be the presenter tonight. This variance is a residential manufactured home front setback variance request, variance 22-11. The request is to reduce the front setback from 15 feet to 10 feet for a manufactured home and its associated carport in the residential 6 residential mobile home parks and subdivision district. Here's the project location at 436 Sailfish Boulevard. As a discussion, the applicant is replacing a manufactured home within the established mobile home development in Gull Air Village. The request for the variance was reviewed against the conditions outlined in section 3.17.3 of the Land Development Code. There are 10 criteria that the variance has to meet, and for criteria 1, the current R6 zoning standards require a 15-foot setback, and the Phase 2 plan of the Gull Air Village plan requires a 10-foot setback. Staff is considering an LDC amendment to address the setback inconsistencies with the current R6 zoning in the code and the Phase 2 plan. The Phase 2 plan included a typical lot coverage of about 63%, with a typical lot size of approximately 4,000 square feet. The R6 zoning standards in the code indicates total structural coverage of the entire mobile home development shall not exceed 40% of the entire site area. The subject site's lot coverage is 61%, which is consistent with the Phase 2 plan of the goal area variance villas and does not exceed the 40% threshold for the entire home, mobile home development. This is the typical lot coverage in the Phase 2 plan with the front, side, and rear setbacks. I know it's a little hard to see, but I just wanted to try to get it as clear as we could. The applicant is proposing a plan that is essentially identical to the original approved site, and the granting of the variance is necessary for the preservation and enjoyment of the property rights. This is the existing site plan. The proposed site plan with the front setback at 10 feet, for which this variance is being requested. The relief or a variance sought did not result from any action by the owner or with prior knowledge or approval of the owner. Also, the approval of the variance will not confer on the owner any special privilege, as setback variances have been approved in the past for residential uses. The applicant is proposing a plan that is essentially identical to the original approved site. The proposed plan meets side and rear setbacks and the front setback will not affect the length of the driveway since the plan includes the carport. The request is based primarily upon the desire of the owner to secure a greater, the request is not based on primarily upon the desire of the owner to secure a greater financial return from the property. The applicant is proposing a plan that is essentially identical to the approved site. An approval of the variance will not be detrimental to the surrounding properties or will have no negative effect upon the adjacent sites. The proposed plan, the proposed use, is consistent with the countywide future land use plan and the Oldsmar comprehensive plan. And granting of the variance will not constitute an amendment to the Oldsmar comprehensive plan, the Oldsmar land development code, or the countywide comprehensive plan. With that said, it was determined that an amendment to another land use category would not be appropriate at this time, so the applicant did not seek an additional amendment. Based on the discussion the presentation I've made, staff recommends approval of the variance request to reduce the front setback from 15 feet to 10 feet for the manufactured home and its associated carport in the R6 residential mobile home parks and subdivision district. And for that, I'll stand for any questions.
Thank you. Okay. At this time, does the board have any questions to city staff? And there being none, thank you, sir. Okay. Does the applicant wish to speak on this variance? All right. If you come to the podium, state your name and address, please.
My name is Greg Beebe, and I'm representing the homeowner and on his behalf. And so is there anything that you guys want to ask from us, or? But that's all I wanted to say. You know, I'm representing him, and you know what he just read is what we're trying to do. We're just trying to replace a house from one size to the exact same size, and maintain the same front setback. And so it's application for application, same setbacks on the front, same size carport, same size house. You know, so square foot for square foot.
Okay.
So these setbacks were granted at one time?
They was granted.
At one time, you said it's the
Yes,
same.
Yes. So if you was to read the perspectives of Gulf, it's right into perspective, and I have a copy of that here that shows a 10-foot setback in there. Gulf Village was accepting that, you know.
No, it's not Goliad Village here, it's the city, so.
Okay. But that was a perspective of the park.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, anybody else wishing to have any questions to the applicant or his representative?
Mr. Reed, if you could just state your address for the record, please.
For the new residence that's going in there?
If you're appearing on behalf of the applicant as agent, if you could just state are you here as a business agent or?
I can give you my office address
Yes, that would be
as a contractor?
Yes, that would
Okay, it would be, I just moved offices, but I'll give you 4025 Morris Bridge Road, Zephyr Hills.
be. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there be no further questions for the applicant or his representative then. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Is there anyone in the audience wishing to speak in favor of this request? Please step forward, state your name and address, please.
I'm John Monser, 563 Dove Terrace, Golair Village. I'm the president of the HOA, and I am in favor of this and support it. I've been in contact with Mr. Rafferty from the very beginning on this project, and he has gone above and beyond to make sure he's done it correctly. The setback on that property, I personally went out and measured, and he is exactly where it was prior to moving the old home. The old home was not habitable anymore. You could fall right through the floors, okay? So he had to do something, either make it a vacant lot or remove it. His choice was remove it. He was very specific on replacing it as the same size home. The only difference is with the floodplain change, it had to go up higher. Other than that, he's met everything that we've wanted as a community, and I just wanted to say I'm in full support of having it.
Thank you. Okay, anyone in the audience in opposition to this request? Okay, there being none. Okay, the floor is now closed. Can I have a motion on this request?
I make a motion that we accept variance 22-11.
Second.
Okay. Is there discussion on this? There being none. I call for a vote.
Board Member Smith?
Yes.
Board Member Chicola?
Yes.
Board Member Swager?
Yes.
Board Member Steffensmeyer?
Yes.
Chair Brew?
Yes.
A variance request to reduce the front setback from 15 feet to 10 feet for a manufactured home and its carport in the R6 Residential Mobile Home Parks and Subdivisions District is approved with 5 votes for and 0 against.
Thank you very much. Okay. Good, thank you. Okay, and the last we have is a chair for 2023.
Make a motion, we accept Mark Brill as the chair.
I get a vote?
Yeah.
All in favor, we don't need to singly done, do we?
Well, are there any other nominations?
Ariane,
Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Thank you. Okay.
okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Carried all. Thank you. Appreciate your support. And I would have a selection for vice chair for 2023.
Right.
I'd say, can I make the motion?
Pass the gavel.
Pardon me?
Pass the gavel.
Yeah, pass the gavel.
See your vice chair, Mr. Chicola.
Okay, well then, being I pass the gavel, for selection of vice chair, I submit Frank's name.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Good?
Okay.
Thank you.
Put you here, I'll give you back the gavel.
It's been a pleasure. I needed a break. Oh, we even got music. Okay, good. Okay, there's no further business for tonight's meeting. I call for an adjournment. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Carried all.
Got a motion?
Hey, take it easy.
I think I did it all on that one, right?